massive right hand.
Oh, man. Logan, that cost him. Logan slipped.
I'd like to start this video off by reminding everyone watching that I, and most likely all of you, are not professional wrestlers. These people are highly trained athletes with acting capabilities. They got choreography skills. You need all the timing, the charisma, promo ability. There's a million jobs in one type shit, and they have to juggle all of those things together, and they do it to entertain us. Let's get into the video, folks. Here's 10 of the biggest WWE slip-ups that we've seen on live television. Number 10, Stone Cold crashes his four-wheeler at WrestleMania, nonetheless, because if you're gonna nearly kill some of your high-paying fans, may as well be the ones paying the absolute highest top dollar. Front row seats to possibly your death. Stone Cold Steve Austin is a pretty safe bet to see pop up most WrestleMania seasons, and hey, it's not WrestleMania without a ridiculously big ramp. Perfect for old Stone Cold to do some light test driving. Make sure he's still got it on the old four-wheeler, you know what I mean? Well, this year he didn't still have it. He made it down the ramp, no problems, but you know, that's just a simple straight line. He got a full lap around the ring. All right, we're looking pretty good so far, no problems yet. Then Austin loses control just a bit and launches himself into the LED barricade. Launch is a little extreme. He just kind of bumped into it. Suspiciously, that LED barricade did not go all staticky. Wonder what's happening those times when wrestlers do intentional bumps into the LED. Thankfully, it didn't look like anyone was seriously injured, although one woman up front did take a little bit of a tumble. Or maybe she just got hit by a barricade that just got hit by a four-wheeler. Smells a little bit like lawsuit. Number 9, Braun nearly breakers his neck. Braun Breaker has got to be one of the most exciting wrestlers WWE has propped up for the new generation. Currently paired together with Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins as the musclest muscle a faction has had in ages, he really is the closest thing we have right now to an up-and-coming Brock Lesnar. He really is the next big thing, comparable in the sense of how are those 350 pounds of meat moving at 350 miles per hour? It's a thing of absolute beauty watching this man set up his spear. Braun runs the ropes so damn fast he actually looks like a ball in a game of professional ping pong, and if you've never watched people play professional ping pong, go figure that, fix that, indulge yourself, it's crazy. He gets up to speeds that make you wonder how the hell he can even keep up with himself. So, you know, naturally you can guess how he ended up making it on this list. At NXT Vengeance Day, he's in a tag match, running those ropes, picking up the speed so fast, as soon as he turns, his head and torso are already on the other side of the rope.
Was in the finals of the inaugural Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And Corbin just got, Breaker just got caught.
Thank God nothing bad happened. It genuinely is terrifying to watch that top rope snap right back at him, but thankfully, much like the last entry, could have been considerably worse. Number 8, Kofi Kingston's royal streak comes to an end. Ah, man, forget about The Undertaker, alright? Get out of here, Bill Goldberg. My favorite streak in all of professional wrestling was knowing that every January I could tune into my favorite pay-per-view with my favorite match type, the Royal Rumble, and happily waited to see Kofi Kingston's entrance because you just knew he was gonna pull out some wonky donkey bullshit. Every single year, starting I think back in 09 or maybe 2010, ever since Kofi got launched over the turnbuckle and somehow landed on the steps, barely keeping his feet on there, he turned JBL's announcer's chair into a pogo stick. He used a pancake platter. He landed on Big E's shoulders once. It's a goofy wrestling bullshit that we all know and love. And it's the best. It's the best part of wrestling. And so my heart started shedding tears when Kofi got launched off the side of the ring. You know, he did his best to land on another announcer's chair, but you know what? He toppled over and ended up eliminated from the match. Rest in peace to the only wrestling streak that matters. Number 7, Charlotte ain't on Tippy time. You know, the older I get and the longer I try giving benefit of the doubt to these performers, but I will say, I think a decade is long enough to tell you that, in my opinion, Charlotte is one of the least comfortable promos. Just, there's so many weird moments with Charlotte. Why is there so much weird Charlotte moments? What was the championship swap she had with Becky Lynch? That match with Nia Jax that like oddly turned into a shoot. The seemingly never-ending number of times she disappear, reappear into the women's title scene to either win the belt or lose and then immediately disappear again just to reappear into the main event scene again. I don't know, man. Character is king, and I think the young Tiffany Stratton proved that handedly in a little promo battle with the Queen, making short work of pointing out what the fans have never really been fully behind her, like I said, and how that clearly doesn't get to her. Spoiler alert, this promo got to her, and the crowd really got to her.
Do you think you're the first?
Do you hear that? That's power.
Do you think you're the first opponent? Chicago. Hold on.
What's the matter, Charlotte? Cat got your tongue?
Oh no, I'm sorry, they're booing so loud.
She literally looks at the crowd as they boo her like the 5th time in a row and says, "What would you like me to say?"
What would Chicago, guys, what would you like me to say?
It's just uncomfortable. It's just uncomfortable. Number 6, Alo Tongan Blow. Whew. All right. I am going to be kinder than most, but it is a majority of wrestling fans who probably would have just titled this entry Tongaloa. I've been watching wrestling for quite a long time at this point, and I don't think since the original Sin Cara has a professional wrestler been deemed and entirely identified by the phrase botch monkey. In the year of absolutely no lord 2025, Tongaloa has negative 300 aura. I'm getting to that age, aren't I? As Kevin Owens puts his dukes up in his never-ending, seriously, he's been in an ongoing feud with the Bloodline for like over 5 years now. He's setting up a package pile driver against Tama Tonga when Tongaloa sneaks in from behind to go for the low blow. Unfortunately, Tonga missed in a way where Kevin didn't notice the cue, and Tonga manages to bop his buddy directly on the head. So he hits Tama Tonga and then Kevin doesn't notice, and then they just have to run it back again. It's really awkward. It's a really goofy moment. Wrestling's goofy, guys. Let's all just laugh about this. It's not that serious. He just gave his little buddy a boop. That's all. Number 5, why would LA want to face you? Braun Breaker's name came up earlier as one of the hot up-and-comers of this new Triple H era, and while he may not have as big of a spotlight on him right now, Carmelo Hayes is another one of these young stars in the making. All the athletic ability and charisma in the world, all he needs is to just keep at it, keep gaining more and more experience, and he's set. That being said, LA Knight has just a tad more experience, and it showed in their interaction shortly after the draft. And despite being a number 1 draft pick, Carmelo is still fresh enough for a simple slip up here and there.
Oh, speaking of creeping around, what do you want?
Hey, Caleb, what's up with your boy, man? He's always doing all this talking, but he's never really saying nothing. Why would LA want to face you when a first-round draft pick is standing right here?
Well, if I face myself, I'd be looking in the mirror. You're talking about Logan, right? Yeah, let's get it right. Get your names right.
If I was facing LA, I'd be looking in a mirror. Great stuff, but props to Hayes, who seemingly does get a little bit flustered. You would too, but not even that noticeably, and still finishes the promo ending on a pretty high note.
Look, truth is, he knows ball, and you ain't that. So next time he leaves you on red, you tell him this. If you want to talk the talk, then you the guy. But he want to walk the walk, then I'm him.
Number 4, Angela versus The Rope. If you're searching your mind, desperately trying to remember, who the hell is Angela? I don't remember that wrestler. It's because Angela isn't a wrestler. That's the name of Drew McIntyre's sword. We got Barbie the barbed wire bat, Mitch the potted plant, Francesca the trumpet, and now Angela the claymore. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. God knows he could have turned all this into a Firefly Funhouse spin-off series. The foreign objects that could. For how incredible the matches and feud between Sheamus and Drew McIntyre were, gotta admit, I totally forgot about the time the Scottish psychopath took that name a little too serious and swung a fucking sword directly at Sheamus' head. Honestly, that's a testament to just how much crazy shit happens in wrestling that I managed to forget someone swinging a sword at another person's head. Professional wrestling. Neither of those words apply to swinging a sword. The sword completely bends, rendering Drew McIntyre's badass claymore into merely a goofy-looking theater prop. Number 3, Damian doesn't kick out. Oh man, this is unfortunate, but it's really hard to not point out on a list like this. Seth Rollins was wrestling Damian Priest at Money in the Bank, which hell of a great bout. Both men deserve to be proud of. Just one problem. There's a part of the match that is so clearly meant to be a false finish, and it just... man. Seth Rollins goes for a pinfall on Damian. Ref counts 1. Priest doesn't move. Ref counts 2. Still no movement. That's fine. And the ref's hand goes down for the 3 all the way down. No movement. And the ref just kind of has to awkwardly move on like nothing happened while Seth looks around confused and commentary doesn't know how to handle it. It just, man, that's a shame. Shout out to Triple H for coming out and the press conference after and being like, hey, focus on the great match, not the botch, which is what I'm doing right here. I'm a sad man. Number 2, Orton's shoulders weren't down. Doubling down on match endings going awry, this time the planned finish of the King of the Ring finals between Randy Orton and Gunther did go properly, but there's just a problem. During the roll-up finish, Randy's shoulders were not properly down on the mat, and wrestling fans are just too loud and eagle-eyed to let that one slip, especially when the shoulders are directly in front of the camera. I paired these entries together for a reason, because under this new Triple H regime, we can actually acknowledge moments like this now. Not only Damian giving praise after the Money in the Bank match, but also with just straight up having Gunther and Orton acknowledge the mess up on Raw the next night and book a rematch right away. And number 1, Montes Ford versus an announce desk. Speaking of positives, let's end this on a fun one. Montes Ford was wrestling Roman Reigns on SmackDown. That's right, Roman Reigns wrestling on a SmackDown. They were really high on that Tez singles run. Roman's pulling pro wrestling heel 101. Roll to the outside, try worming your way out of the match for a while to catch air. Classic stuff. Well, ever the showman, Montes Ford didn't want to just walk up and attack Roman like any other schmuck. This is a guy who used a fan's prosthetic leg as a weapon, don't you forget. So, Tez does his thing and steps up onto the announcer's desk, and it is crucial information to know that he steps on the corner of this table and it f***ing explodes. I mean, dude.
There's no way Roman Reigns could have thought this could happen.
This is the bendy sword on steroids right here. We're all in the know here as wrestling fans. We know they gimmick the announcer's desk to make it easier to put people through, like we even cushion their landing a bit. But my God, how flimsy does a table have to be to just completely shatter under the weight of, again, Montes Ford, who is billed at, 232 pounds. Okay, all right, he did put on that muscle, a little more than I expected, but still, he stepped on the corner. Shout out to Tez in classic Ford fashion. He just kind of stared down at the table. Somehow, even when he's no-selling, it's still a hilarious reaction. God bless you, Montes Ford. And he leaps over the rubble and gets back on the attack. You love to see it. And those are 10 of the biggest little slip-ups, little snafus that we've gotten over the last few years on live TV. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments down below after liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and notifications and that bell.